Now that National Signing Day has passed and the 2022 rankings are now officially complete, I thought we should go over the top 10 quarterback recruits for this class to not only get excited for next season, but also the future of college football. So let's get into this. Coming in as the 10th best recruit in the 2022 class is Brady Allen out of Fort Branch, Indiana. Allen is a 4-star recruit who's the 5th best player in Indiana and 170th best player nationally. He received over 8 different Division I offers, likes of Cincinnati, Indiana, Purdue, Rutgers, and Wisconsin. Allen attended Gibson Southern High School, leading them to a state title as a senior and being named Indiana Mr. Football for 2021. He finished his high school career as the state record holder for passing touchdowns with 149 and threw for almost 400 yards and 5 touchdowns in the state title game. During his senior year, he threw for 4,253 yards, 58 touchdowns, and only 6 interceptions. Finished his high school career with 11,918 yards, which is second most in state history, and also rushed for 300 yards and 17 touchdowns on the ground. Purdue offered Allen after his freshman year, and he would commit to the Boilermakers on July 15, 2020, explaining, "The reason I picked Purdue is because it felt like home to me. I was able to get up there a lot, and each time I felt better about the place. It's close to home, and I think there's something to be said about playing in your home state." Coming out of high school, according to Alan True from 24/7 Sports, Allen is projected to be a future day 3 pick in comparison to Davis Mills. He has prototypical size and has a great arm, but is not extremely athletic. The 9th best quarterback recruit in the 2022 class is Nick Evers from Flower Mound, Texas. Evers is a 4-star recruit who was the 27th best player in Texas and 169th best player nationally. He received over 26 different Division I offers, likes of Auburn, Florida, Penn State, Oklahoma, and Ole Miss. Nick was a great quarterback going back to middle school, but would take over the starting quarterback job as a junior. He finished his senior year with 2,367 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions, while rushing for 648 yards and 14 touchdowns. He also competed in the All-American Bowl and Elite 11 finals. Originally, Evers committed to Florida, but decided to flip his commitment to Oklahoma. He decommitted from the Gators after meeting with the new coaching staff and had developed a relationship with Jeff Lebby while he was at Ole Miss. Within 3 days of his decommitment, Evers was in Norman for an official visit and later committed to the Sooners. He has the potential to do great things at Oklahoma and has impressed scouts with his ability to process information. Sam Horn comes in as the 8th best quarterback recruit in the class of 2020. He is from Suwanee, Georgia, and played at Collins Hill High School. Horn is a 4-star recruit who was the 14th best player in Georgia and 139th best player nationally. He received over 17 different Division I offers, likes of Florida, Florida State, Kentucky, Missouri, and Tennessee. As a senior, Sam would help lead the Eagles to a state title, finishing 15-0. He threw for 3,986 yards, 37 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions, finishing his high school career ranked 6th all-time in Georgia prep history with 10,265 yards. He competed in the All-American Bowl and is also a star baseball player. He chose to commit to Missouri over Tennessee because he loved Coach Eli Drinkwitz, going on to say it's kind of as close to an NFL-style offense that you could get. Horn also received attention from SEC schools for baseball and could be drafted in the MLB draft. According to Andrew Ivins from 24/7 Sports, Horn has the tools and athletic profile that could lead to him playing on Sundays. Coming in as the 7th best quarterback in the class of 2022 is Gunnar Stockton out of Tigard, Georgia. Stockton is a 4-star recruit who's the 12th best player in Georgia and 124th best player nationally. He received over 23 different Division I offers, likes of Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Ohio State, and South Carolina. During his senior year of high school, he threw for 4,134 yards, 55 touchdowns, and only 1 interception, while also rushing for 956 yards and 15 touchdowns on the ground. Throughout his senior year, he broke Deshaun Watson's record for most career total touchdowns and Trevor Lawrence's record for passing touchdowns. The Wildcats finished the season 11-2, losing to Thompsonville in the quarterfinals of the playoffs. Stockton was named the Gatorade Georgia Player of the Year as a senior and finished his high school career throwing for 13,652 yards, 177 touchdowns, and 17 interceptions, while also rushing for 4,372 yards and 70 touchdowns on the ground. Originally, Stockton committed to South Carolina, but decommitted after coaching changes. He chose to stay home and play at Georgia, explaining, "It just feels like home and it feels like family. When I committed to South Carolina, Coach Smart told me that he was going to stay on me and that he was not going to bug me, but they wanted to just let me know they wanted me. After Coach Muschamp got fired, it kind of ramped back up, but they recruited me hard." According to Chris Singletary, Gunner is projected to be a day 2 pick in the NFL draft. Devin Brown is the 6th best quarterback in the 2022 recruiting class and is originally from Arizona. Brown is a 4-star recruit who is the best player in Utah and 43rd best player nationally. Brown received over 16 different Division I offers from the likes of Ohio State, Ole Miss, Texas, USC, and Wisconsin. He started his high school career at Quinn Creek High School, but transferred to Corner Canyon High School for his senior year to build up his recruiting profile. While at Corner Canyon, Brown threw for a Utah State record 4,881 yards and threw 57 touchdown passes, leading Corner Canyon to a 12-2 record in the Class 6A state finals. He also ran for 430 yards and 8 touchdowns on the ground. He originally committed to USC, but decommitted from the Trojans after they fired head coach Clay Helton. Originally, it looked like he was going to commit back to USC, but would instead choose to commit to Ohio State, explaining, "With my decision, a big thing was being a competitor. Growing up, my dad would always bring up other quarterbacks and tell me they were better than me. That just made me work harder, and my whole life I've been working to be the best. I love that underdog mentality. I want to go up against the best in every moment, and I want to go compete against the best in college. So I'm going to be a Buckeye. I just have a great relationship with Coach Corey Dennis and Coach Day." According to Blair Angelo from 24/7 Sports, Brown is projected to be a future day 2 pick with a comparison to Sam Darnold. I want to take a moment to pause this video and ask you, which quarterback are you most excited to watch in college? Let me know in the comment section below. If you are enjoying this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. The 5th best quarterback in the 2022 recruiting class is Lafayette, Louisiana native Walker Howard. Howard is a 4-star recruit who's the 4th best player in Louisiana and 41st best player nationally. He received over 22 different Division I offers, likes of Alabama, LSU, Notre Dame, Texas A&M, and USC. As a junior at St. Thomas More High School, Walker threw for 3,430 yards, 42 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions, while also rushing for 3 touchdowns on the ground. He led the Cougars to a 10-0 record in the Louisiana Division I state championship game. He also won the Louisiana Gatorade Player of the Year award that season as well. Through his first month of his senior year, Walker threw for 1,253 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions, while also rushing for 4 touchdowns on the ground, but missed part of the season with a leg injury. He would return and lead the Cougars to the state semifinals. Howard also competed in the Under Armour All-American game and Elite 11 finals. Howard committed to LSU as a sophomore before ever becoming a starting varsity quarterback, and although he decommitted from the Tigers while they were looking for a new head coach, he recommitted to LSU and looks to be the future of the program. According to Gabe Brooks from 24/7 Sports, Walker Howard is projected to be a future day 2 pick with a high floor in college. Drew Allar from Medina, Ohio, comes in as the 4th best quarterback recruit in the 2022 class. Allar is a 5-star recruit who's the 3rd best player in Ohio and 32nd best player in the class. He received over 24 different Division I offers, likes of Michigan, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Penn State, and Texas A&M. Allar attended Medina High School, where as a senior he threw for 4,443 yards, 48 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions, while rushing for 415 yards and 9 touchdowns on the ground. He led Medina to a 13-1 record as they finished as Ohio Division I region runner-ups. Allar believes his recruitment would have been much different had COVID-19 affected it. He was not able to attend a lot of camps and could only have his film do the talking. He did compete in the Elite 11 finals and the All-American Bowl. Allar dreamed of playing for Ohio State, but throughout the main part of his recruitment, they viewed him as a second choice behind Quinn Ewers. After Ewers reclassified, the Buckeyes tried to make a run at him, but he had committed to Penn State and was happy with his decision. He explained, "Penn State was the best fit for me. It was the best situation for me to go into. What really sold me are the relationships I've built with all the coaches. Coach James Franklin was one of the few head coaches who reached out to me a ton." According to Gabe Brooks from 24/7 Sports, Allar is projected to be a future first-round pick with a comparison to Josh Allen. Coming in as the 3rd best quarterback in the 2022 recruiting class is Ty Simpson from Martin, Tennessee. Simpson is a 5-star recruit who's the 2nd best player in Tennessee and 26th best player in the 2022 recruiting class. He received over 37 different Division I offers, likes of Alabama, Clemson, Georgia, Oklahoma, and Tennessee. Ty attended Westview High School, where as a senior he threw for 2,827 yards and 44 touchdowns, while also rushing for 1,206 yards and 15 more touchdowns on the ground, leading Westview to a 2A state championship. He also was named the Tennessee Gatorade Player of the Year and competed in the Elite 11 finals as well as the All-American Bowl. When it came to his recruitment, Simpson said it came down between Alabama and Tennessee, telling ESPN they were all neck and neck. "In the beginning of the year, I was going to go to Tennessee. But then with Coach Jeremy Pruitt getting fired, I started to think I was going to Clemson. I started to really think about what are my aspirations, my dreams, and what I want in a program. so I thought the best place for me would be the University of Alabama. He does not care whether he has to wait or not to play. Whether he starts as a freshman or a fifth-year senior, he is going to be happy to learn from one of the best coaching staffs in the nation. According to Cooper Pegna from 24/7 Sports, Simpson is projected to be a future first-round pick in comparison to Matt Corral. He writes, balanced in both his abilities as a passer and runner, Simpson poses a multi-dimensional threat for opposing defenses at the next level, showing the ability to play within or outside the structure of an offensive attack. Projects as an all-conference potential All-American prospect at the next level. Needs one season to sit and develop as he acclimates to the speed of the game at the collegiate level, but possesses the ability to be a multi-year high-level performer for a Power 5 program. Coming in at number 2 is Cypress, Texas native Connor Weigman. Weigman is a 5-star recruit who's the 5th best player in Texas and 22nd best player nationally. Connor received over 19 different Division I offers, likes of Auburn, Florida, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, and Texas A&M. Connor attended Bridgeland High School, where as a senior he threw for 2,588 yards, 29 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, while also rushing for 754 yards and 9 touchdowns on the ground, although he dealt with injuries throughout the season. Weigman led the Bears to the Class 6A Division II Regional Championship game and was named a Houston Touchdown Club Offensive Player of the Year, National High School Quarterback of the Year by the National Quarterback Club, and Offensive MVP for his district. He finished his high school career throwing for 8,901 yards, 98 touchdowns and 20 interceptions, while also rushing for 2,064 yards and 25 touchdowns on the ground. Connor chose to commit to Texas A&M, who seemed to take the lead for his talents when they offered him in January of 2021. He is also an elite baseball recruit as well. The two-sport athlete is projected to be a future first-round draft pick with a comparison to Dak Prescott, according to Gabe Brooks from 24/7 Sports. And your number 1 quarterback in the class of 2022 is Cade Klubnik out of Austin, Texas. Klubnik is a 5-star recruit who was the best player in Texas and 6th best player in the class of 2022. He received over 31 different Division I offers, likes of Clemson, Florida, Georgia, Ole Miss, and Texas. As a junior, Klubnik led Austin Westlake to a 14-0 record, winning the 6A Division I state title, throwing for 3,495 yards, 35 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, while also rushing for 583 yards and 15 touchdowns on the ground. As a senior, Klubnik threw for 3,251 yards, 43 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, while also rushing for 465 yards and 12 touchdowns on the ground, leading Austin Westlake to another undefeated season, going 16-0 and winning another 6A state title. He was named the Texas High School Football Player of the Year by SB Live, Texas Gatorade Player of the Year, and was one of 3 finalists to win the National Gatorade Player of the Year award. He became the first quarterback to go undefeated as a starter while winning back-to-back state titles in Texas's highest classification since Allen's Kyler Murray, and finished his career throwing for 7,426 yards and 86 touchdowns. He was also named the MVP for the Elite 11 camp and competed in the All-American Bowl. Cade always dreamed about going to Clemson. When Simpson committed to Alabama, Klubnik became the Tigers' top choice. Cade would commit to his dream school on March 2nd and never wavered. According to 24/7 Sports, Gabe Brooks, Cade is projected to be a future first-round pick with comparison to Zach Wilson. And there you have it, the top 10 quarterbacks according to 24/7 Sports composite ratings for the class of 2022. Which quarterback are you most excited to watch in college? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, maybe check out my videos on Cade Klubnik and Sam Horn right here. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and as always, remember to embrace the grind.